Welcome to the Land Your Bet Sports Betting Show live show. What's good, everybody? We got to look at this Celtics and Pacers. Hopefully not final game, man. I don't know. We'll take a look at it. I'd love to see an upset too, John Peterson. That would be wonderful because that means we get more hoop. And both these series are threatening to end super early, which is not fun. But we'll be taking a look at this. It looks like Hallie's not going to play. I think unlikely to play this late in the day. It's probably good enough to see that we're not going to get him in this game. I'm going to get the bets that I have rolling here on the bottom line per usual. Had a pretty good day on, what's today, Monday? Pretty good day on Sunday, honestly, because we got that Kyrie came through for us, and that's basically the reason we ended up 2 units up. Put 0.5 on him to get the 30. That was beautiful. Got that at plus 500. He was the game leading scorer, tied with Luka. So remember that dead heat rule. That does get us a little bit. We get half the odds there. So we got it at plus 600, and it ended up cashing for us at about 1.2 units as a result because we got half of that, like I said. So that was beautiful. I've got my bets rolling on the bottom line. I took a little bit of time today to get those to you guys because I wanted to know a little bit more about Hallie. Kind of got that news that he was looking like he was beyond iffy and a lot less likely to play than to play. That helped me just get that bet up then. So I got a few things in here that were based on not needing to worry about if Halliburton was going to play or not. I like to make sure that I have some bets that I think are good irregardlessly of whether or not he's going to play. I know that's not a word. But we got those in, and now I'm going to be looking at some more stuff that we can bet with the official news that he's out, right? So I'm going to get that stuff going. I'll be looking at share my screen with y'all. We're basically going to look through everybody, but if you're new, go ahead and jump in to the comments there and let me know what you guys want to look at, and we'll take a look at that. What's good? Com locks. Yeah, we can look at some stuff. Obviously, I mean, if you already got Nembhard in there as a bet, then everything else that we look at should be paired with him. I think that's going to go up for sure. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, for sure. Glad you're in here. Get some best picks. Yeah, so everything's scrolling on the bottom line right now. If you're already interested in what we've got, appreciate you, Bob. Love that name. And we can look at some of that. Yeah, Pacers team total. I'm going to start putting stuff up in the up next category so you know what I'm looking at next. But still, if you want to put something in there, let me know. Let's look at the game as a whole first while I throw these other picks at you. We can go from there. But you do know I have Nembhard if you already saw that. That's going to be on the bottom line. So let me take a look at some of these. Then I'll start sharing my screen while everybody keeps jumping in and we get some more stuff going. I'm going back to the Miles Turner well. You got to drink all the juice, baby. You got to take minus 145 if you want it. But look at that. For me, I basically put a unit and a half on it so I can get that full unit back, right? Because it's such a minus 145 bet. But dude has not done this. He doesn't do it. Even if when he did do it, it was BS that he got those 2 blocks in game 1. And that was the only time that he's gotten 2 blocks against Al Horford and the Celtics. So I'm going to go back to the well with that one. Celtics don't get blocked. Shooting threes will do that. Plus, Papa Al is his matchup. Papa Al is not going down low against Miles Turner. He's staying out in the 3-point line so that there's no shot blocker in there for Tatum and company, and they can just waltz into the rim on their defenders. That's what we saw from Tatum last game, right? Maybe Rick Carlisle gives us an adjustment. Maybe he puts Miles Turner on somebody else. There's nobody else to put him on. There's nobody's playing down low. The whole thing about the Celtics offense is get out of the way, stand on the 3-point line, pass it around. We're going to get the ball into Tatum's hands in space or Jaylen Brown, and they're going to go for it, right? And if Tatum doesn't have it, Jaylen Brown has it. Jaylen Brown doesn't have it. Tatum and Derek White have it, and Drew Holiday. It's just they're a problem. They're looking pretty good for the chip, but Miles Turner's not going to be in the way. So we're going to take him for under 1.5 blocks. I mean, why not? Why wouldn't we take Nemby, right? Nemsation, Nem Steel, Nemhard, whatever you want to call him. Kid is balling right now, and I'm going to keep riding the hot hand, honestly. Plus, now we got Hallie out, 16.5 points, even money. It's where we were at last time. I'm not saying he's going to score 32 points. No one's trying to make that claim necessarily, but if you still want to bet on Nemby with some alt stuff, I think you're still good to do that. So assists I kept out in this one. I don't want to have to bank on the Pacers players helping him out and making shots, but he's going to need to make some passes that'll get there for him. So obviously, if you want the assists in there, it's just at 6.5 now. We'll see what the most updated line is and get in there as well. If you do see any news that's coming up, please jump in the comments. Let me know what you guys are seeing. I'm obviously pretty focused over here, so I can't look at all the most updated stuff, but Nemby should be good to go. And if you see some lines that are like, yo, it's at like 20.5, whatever, 19.5, then all right, we can see how we might actually play them hard. But 16.5, even money, Beautiful. Love it. Pascal, I took the under RA. I know he disappointed a lot of us with the points last time. He ended on 22. I believe his closing number was 23 or 22 and a half last game, some 23 and a half. Now it's at 23 and a half for the points. I went for under on the rebounds and assists. I think this is at 11 and a half. So we got to look at it now, because when I put it into the model earlier, we had some pretty good looks for that. That was a really nice edge for us at 12 and a half. If we go under 11 and a half, I need to revisit that. So if you do want to take him, we need to take a look at that for sure. I want to bring this up too, because it's being brought up. Justin's talking about how there's a discount on Nembhard on Prize Picks, and I don't think it's a sucker bet. There was a little bit of talk in the Discord earlier about whether or not Nembhard was a sucker bet on the Prize Pick stuff, because basically we're like, does the books know something that we don't know about Halliburton's injury? They did not. Halliburton doesn't look like he's likely to play, and that is a good enough sort of late game, late afternoon sort of update that I'm good I can use, basically. I don't think it's just like blowing smoke. This isn't questionable. This is unlikely to play. But for Pascal, like, he's got it helps us. I wanted Hallie to be out for this bet, to be honest, because without Halliburton in there, he's really just got to focus on scoring. I know he's going to get boards on one end of the floor, but not really, man. Those rebound chances are down to 11.8 per game for Pascal since he went off in the first 4 games against the Bucks, right? And even once Bobby Portis started guarding him for the Bucks, then he got quieted down everywhere. Rebounds, points, assists, everything, right? So keep that in mind. That's cool. You got him on the assist. I don't think he's going to do both. I'm good without the rebounds too, but good to have you in here, by the way, Retro. Good to see you, bro. Good to see everybody. We got Tizzy in here and Larry Stone Cold. I'm going to take a look at Drew Tizzy. Larry's talking about the discount on Nembhard. I dig that. Yeah, for sure. No doubt, man. We'll take a look at some of these reserves, Jeremiah. We'll look at pretty much everybody, honestly. So we'll find it. We got TJ under. Kevin, I'm glad you're in here, bro. I didn't mean to come at you so hard. You're fine, man. Calling you a dumb piece of shit was unnecessary. You have my full apologies. That was so childish. I was in a bad mood. I don't know. You're good, bro. Let's keep it moving, though. Pair for that Nembhard promo. Yeah, we'll find something for Nemby for sure. And we'll keep it going. But I'm really glad you're back in here, Kevin. That takes some balls, and I appreciate you coming back in here, dog. That was on me for sure. And you were trolling, Yeah, we both deserved it. I didn't deserve to be a dick. You deserve to catch some shit though, and we're back to square one. So we're good, fam. Good to have you in here. Look at that. All love, man. No violence today. Let me pull up a couple other things. I got one more here. I did go under on Mr. Shepard on the youngin, because I do think that that this is, I mean, look, and he looked terrified, right? Did he not last game? If you were paying attention to Ben Shepard, which I think most people in the stream were, because this dumbass with 2 thumbs took Ben Shepard instead of TJ McConnell. Like, I was getting cute with it and I was going to outsmart somebody. And to a degree, like, my predictions were correct. I thought Ben Shepard would get the start over McConnell, but I still thought McConnell would play more minutes. So why bet on Ben Shepard? He's unlocked by the imbalance in the defense where we get to the corner and then Ben Shepard gets an open shot. That wasn't the case. He still got like people in his face, right? Because there's like Derek White guarding him now, and not just somebody like Peyton Pritchard or whomever they can just Sam Hauser, like whoever they can just throw on Ben Shepard because they're not worried about him. They're still not worried about him, but he's going to have a better defender on him. So I'm out on Ben Shepard doing well. Plus playing those backups, man. You got to take that in consideration when you get a backup that moves into the starting lineup. To just automatically go, well, shoot, now he's going to get more minutes. And it's like, yeah, but he's been playing against other backups. So why do we think that when he comes in and plays against Derek White predominantly, that he's going to be able to score on dude, right? So I went under there. I'm going to start sharing my screen. If you missed anything, everything's scrolling on the bottom line. We got to look at some updated props that probably came out because that Halliburton official news came out very recently. And so that is going to impact some of the stuff the numbers that I have recently. The game lines and everything haven't moved, but let me start sharing so we can take a look at it together and you don't have to be guessing what I'm talking about. All right, going to pull that up. If you do have a bet, let me know. I'm going to jump in these comments with you guys right now and see what you guys are looking at too, so we make sure that we're on the same page and get everything up for y'all. This is just the lines for right now. You can see nothing really move, man. That total should still be around 222 and a half. You can get under 223. There might not be any 222 and a halves hanging around, to be honest. It might be all 223 at this point. So that's going to be what we look at. I'm still going to be using props.cash, but I am going to start using Outlier pretty soon. I'm not sure what you guys are using consistently, but both of them are still good. I'm going to have, things for both, but I do want to get this stuff going. Come on now. Signs me out. This is why you get the boot. All right. Don't need to be giving out the personal email right now, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put that off screen and now get back on screen. All right, let's keep it moving. Let me see. We got a couple other things coming in, so I'm gonna pull up these comments real quick and see what we got, so I can add to what we got coming up next. JB under 6.5 boards. Yeah, we should look at Brown. I want to call him Brunson. JB to me is Jalen Brunson. I'm sorry, but it is JB. There's only one left in the playoffs, so we'll look at Brown. And I like the call for the under on the rebounds. We were looking at under RA in the Discord earlier. So I'm definitely liking some under on the boards for him under, and I'll tell you exactly why. It's not like I'm just like, well, he hasn't done this very much. It's also because of some other stuff, where he's at on the floor, the matchups, all that kind of stuff for Jaylen Brown are going to be relevant to that. So what's up, bro? Good to have you, TZ. We got Elliot in here too, and he's talking about Nembhard. Okay, yeah, let's get it, man. I mean, let's get the Nembhard stuff for sure. Let me put Drew in here. Richard brought up Drew. I know a couple of y'all did too, so I want to make sure we get Drew Boo in here. He's gonna play, right? Like if anybody sees something that he's not, he was a little bit questionable, but he still looks like he's good to go, man. Talking about prize picks again. So we got Calm Locks, Derek White RA or Holiday RA, maybe any goblins. Yeah, let me know if you have some green goblins in there from Prize Picks. If there's some good stuff to look at from them, I feel that I think it's like the red goblin, or the green goblin is like easier, right? The red one, the demon, that's what it is. The demon is easier or harder. So sometimes the demon will give you better odds, right? Let's see real quick. We got Derek White, the assist. Okay, yeah, I do like D White. I gave that out earlier for Kyle's show, and it started to go up for Derek White stuff. So I didn't put it into the Discord because as soon as I got to it, it was the number that I had for D White was already gone. But I'm gonna put him in here because it's something. It's PRA something for Derek White. I think, especially after he's coming back. He's coming back from some pretty bad shooting performances, and we like to fade what recently happened, right? Fade recent results. Let's see real quick. I'm gonna put up Nembhard first quarter too. I'm start with some of that. Pacers team total. My homie Nate, who some of y'all know from the lines.com, was on the over for the team total in the first half for that game. I think that makes sense. You look at the last game, and I'll start. I'm actually just going to go into the box score of this other one for a minute, because I believe it was 42 points in the second half of the last game for Boston. Pulling up game 3. And in the second half, it was 42 points for Indy. I meant in the second half, third and fourth quarter here, and then after a 69, nice first half right here, right 31, and then went clean off in the second quarter. But they hung around. Like Jason Tatum did his business in the second quarter and kept them around. They just kept chipping away, and you get to the fourth quarter. If this thing's close in the fourth quarter, y'all just whatever you can get for Boston at that point live. I'm all over that. Like this. How many of y'all feel like last game was the shot, right? That was it for Indy. It was like, this is your chance, man. Y'all are going all out. Nembhard, you just got 32 from Nembhard. Pascal stopped doing his thing in the second half, which was mad annoying. What did he have in the second half for Pascal? Pulling him back up. This is second half stats. Pascal Siakam, 3 for 8, 7 points, right? 3 dimes and 2 boards, but like 3 for 8 from the field. Just the 7 points in the second half ain't going to cut it. He needs to get those like 12 to 15 a half. Like he's got to get as close to 30 as possible for this team to get it. So as far as the offensive board, that's a prize picks play. I need to look at that more specifically, but I'll take a look at D White in general, and we got some stuff in there. Alford, I like that. Alford, and just go for Alford instead of having to say Horford. How do you feel about Horford over and Nembhard over on first quarter points? Let's look at the first quarter points for Nemby. I just want to make sure. 10 point. Ellie wants to know about Pusha P. We got to look at Pusha P. For sure. I was off Pritchard last game, not because I thought he was going to play that badly, but he only got 14 minutes, and I was worried about his minutes because he's also not going to get garbage time if there is any. I really don't believe that anymore for Pritchard. He's kind of he's important for the rotation right now as a backup guard to come in and help give that rotation to Drew Holiday and to Derek White, and have 3-guard rotation between those 3 dudes. So I didn't like him to necessarily get too many minutes if it was a close game, but if it's not a close game, then they're not going to play him in garbage time. So he's in a really weird in-between spot. And I kind of feel that way about Ben Shepard. You can't play him in crucial minutes. That's what we just saw. So keep that all in mind. And okay, Elliot you like all the overs there, right? For Papa Al, or no, that was Cody was talking about that. Can do Papa Al all overs. Yeah, we can look at that. Let's see. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Tatum first quarter, that's an 8.5 now, right? Let's look at that too. Let me throw some first quarter stuff in here in general, but I'll put Tatum in here. And I don't know how long we want to wait to get to him. So let me put him before too much. I'll put him right before Jaylen Brown. All right, I'm going to start getting into stuff, and I'm sure I'm forgetting a couple people, but we'll look at stuff because we got plenty of time to go over everybody in here. This start tonight is at 8 p.m. All right, good. So we'll have about an hour by the time we're done here to get everything going. Let's start with that team total for the Pacers. What I'd be looking at, let me pull up some notes real quick so I know what I'm talking about because I went over this a little bit. So my stuff for the first for the team total for the Pacers, I still think they're good at 107.5. Let me pull up DK. And if anybody knows for a fact that while I'm looking at a book that there's a better number than the one I'm looking at, let me know. Let's shop that stuff together. It's really helpful to have as many eyes in here as possible. I'm just leading this thing, man, but this is our stream, right? Like this is for all of us to get some good info. So the more eyes and communication that we have, the better. Looking at the team total all the way to the right for the team props, we're still at 107.5 minus 115. I'm going to look on FanDuel and see if that's better at all. And I'm just going to keep it to those two books. But once again, if y'all are playing MGM, 365, ESPN, whatever, jump in and let me know what you're seeing. If you get some better numbers than what I'm looking at so we can shop this stuff. And I don't got to spend too much time doing that. Let me go over to team props right here. Yeah, it's 107 at minus 110. So a little bit better on FanDuel. I still think you got to go over on this, right? Like there, and I understand over 225 is over 222 and a half, 223. I'm still good with the over. Chalky, everybody in America and on planet Earth, as Kyle Kerm said earlier today, is going to be on that. But I still want to take a look at it. This is awesome. DeWan franchise. Do you have this at 7.5? Because the last number I got for TJ McConnell assists, I'm gonna put McConnell in there too. My bad. He needs to be up front and early. For McConnell, it got bet down, I thought, to 6.5. But if you get 7.5, that's too many, man. That's too many. This is okay. You can get 7.5 now, so it bumped up. So people bet the over on that, and you can now get minus 135. Looks like the best number for TJ McConnell assists. I think 7.5 is too high as well. What were his potentials last game? They were decent, but he's not getting the best shots for people. Let's pull up this game only so it's easy and pull up. Let me just look. I just want to look at his potentials now that I interrupted myself to do that. And I know I'm supposed to be talking about other stuff, but y'all know how we do out here. Where's Timothy Thomas to throw a squirrel out there? He gives me shit every time for my ADD. The dimes right here, 7.5. Under, so 13 potential assists. So it's a little bit scary. Needing 8 dimes on 13 potentials, not too bad. What's that like? 8 divided by 13 is exactly 61%. That's not too outlandish. If you get like up to 65, 70%, then you're kind of looking at a little bit of an outlier. If somebody's like getting 75% of their potential assists turning into assists, now I got a problem with it for real. What's up, Yumia? You got over 7.5 assists. Oh, for TJ, yeah, you're gonna get good plus money on books as well as on those daily fantasy stuff, yo. So keep that in mind. What did we say it was right here? The plus money for the over is 122 on FanDuel for TJ, 7.5 assists. It's gonna be hard to throw this in the model and get a good number back for real. I still think he's gonna take a ton of shots because of the fact. That's one of their higher percentage of shots now is going to be TJ McConnell just finishing in the lane. He's going to get in there. I want to look at the matchups real quick from this game too. Let me just pull that up so I can not talk out of my ass a little bit, even though I want to do that. Let me start right here. Who the hell was guarding Ben Shepard? Yeah, it was Derek White. That's right. Okay. I'm putting in TJ, though. Who was guarding TJ for the most part? It was Drew Boo. Yeah, he's getting a little bit of everybody, honestly. They're all just like, let me get some TJ McConnell. Let me try to stop this dude. And nobody really did it that successfully, right? Like he was still from the field. He shot a really good percentage because he's always going to do that. And if he is getting more field goals, then he's still a good bet. I still prefer the points for TJ, honestly. Heartbreak Jersey thinks he's a trap. Let me know what you think about that. What's your thought process for that Heartbreak Jersey? Let me know. Can I hoop? I'll just say yes. I will just say yes. Like legit hoop though. Like if you ask somebody, can you hoop? And they go, well, I'm really good at defense. That means they cannot hoop. Okay. I'm not telling you that. But when somebody goes, yeah, you know what? I'm really good at defense and passing. You're like, okay, so you suck. Okay. It's fine. You can say you suck and you just like do the dirty work. It's fine. But don't tell me you're good at defense and good at passing and tell me you're good at hoop. That is such a classic line. Let me get into what I'm talking about here with the first quarter stuff first. I think that's a good place to start. I'm going to put the over the team total in here. I think they're still good to get the 107.5. And one of the main reasons is because because of the fact that like the Celtics are what they're going to try on offense. They're going to be like, yo, you can't stop us. We're going to get buckets. Tatum and Brown are going to run their stats up for sure. But like, are they really going to go all out on defense? Are they? Probably not. Like, this is a team that rests on their laurels anyway. So Indy TT for the team total over 107.5 might be a bit of a sweat, but I still think even if we're in a position where it's garbage time, they're going to get theirs with the backups that they have in there, and everybody on Boston just being like, can we please go home back to Boston now, or wherever they live, because maybe they don't live in Boston. FD is the best price for over on the team total. I'm putting 0.5 units on it for minus 110. That'll get us about 0.45 units back on our money. So we're almost at a full unit anyway when we get that. So I like the half unit for that. I'm putting that up for the Pacers team total. And like, honestly though, for like, you might as well take the game total, because my thought process here is like blowout city. One potential look that I like to go back to, me and the homie Nate on thelines.com, we like to talk about the full-time, halftime. I think it's under game line. Yeah, here we go. Halftime, full-time on DK. And you can get this in other spots too. But if you take, this is not going to be good. If you take Pacers Celtics, you can get plus 370 right here. So Indy to be leading at the half and Celtics to win. Happened last game. Feels kind of right. Once again, like I could see the Celtics coming out slow, but honestly, if you're going to do it, I would just take the minus 7.5. I'm not too scared of that number. I don't think they're going to be having to make a massive comeback to win by 3 once again. And if this thing goes to overtime, I would still like them to win by hella. So let's see. Yeah, first half, I lean the over. The thing here, Beans, is like the books are aware that there's going to be more points scored in the first half, right? So if we look at the halves right here, 115 on a 223 total. So the second half is 108 right now, right? And they're going to reconfigure it by the time we get to half. They'll have a different total. But 115 means you got to just really bank on this being hella fast in the first half and the second half slowing down a bit, which does seem likely. I mean, if we look at, I want to look at one thing you can look at first and second half stats with people. If you go into the Pacers team page real quick, and I'm gonna get into these player props in just one sec. We got time though. If I'm looking at the Pacers and I'm looking at how they like their pace and their efficiency and everything from half to half, this is the playoffs right now. I'll just leave it at traditional. So if I change this to first half, where are you at? Entire game, first half. In the first half, they're averaging 65 points at home per first half, right? So if you wanted a Pacers team total, this is another good look by Nate, actually, to be honest. You can take a total alt number here, and not on the spread, but on the team total. So total alternate first half. Come on now. Where are you at? Team totals first half. So we got the Pacers at over 55.5. I think that's a really good look. You might, I guess at that point you might, unless you think the Celtics are going to start slow. I don't think the Celtics are going to start as slowly as they did last time, man. So I would a little bit scared of just being like, oh, the Celtics are going to come along for the ride. I think the Pacers come out strong. I mean, I do. But I do think the Celtics are still going to have theirs. But I think the Pacers team total over 55.5. I mean, if you look at them at home, I know this is with Halliburton, but I mean, Halliburton's important. I'm not trying to say he's not. I'm just also think he gets a little bit of too much love for how important he is for this team. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know things slow down a bunch without him too, but and then the second half, how many points are they scoring? 65 right here. And if I actually set this filter, now we're at, and this is in the playoffs, 51.6 though. That's stark, right? That is a stark difference. That is 14 more points per game in the first half than the second half. That's a big deal. So keep that in mind. And I want to see, do they play super slow? Let me go to advanced. Let me do this with entire game. First half, the pace that they're playing at is, come on now, 95.3 at home in the first half. And then if you look at second half, what's that pace for this Pacers squad? That is going to be 91.5. So they're playing like 5 possessions per 100 faster. That's a big deal. That's a lot. It doesn't sound like a lot, but that's a lot. So the first half stuff, if you're taking it, I still like it. But if they get 60 points in the first half, I like them to get their 108 that they need. A little bit of a sweat, like I said, it could be, but I still think that they're going to be a little bit better. If Pascal's a little bit better in the second half, we're fine. Of course, Nembhard might play worse, but I mean, I'm not going to bank on him to get 32, but let's look at some of these first quarter bets. I did take the team total for the Pacers. I do think that's a good look at 107.5. Let's get to the first quarter stuff here. So if I pull up, I'll just do it on DK for a minute because it's easier. I'm going to go to player points and go down and find first quarter all the way at the bottom. Yeah. First quarter, where you at? There we go. So Nemby is at 3.5 for -105. I mean, he's gonna keep coming out and doing his thing, is he not? Let's look at him real quick in the first quarter in general. So points for Nemhard, and they're at there's no way there's 15.5. There's only 6. Is there 15.5s hanging out for him? Bro, take that. What? You can still get 15.5 on FanDuel, even at -120. Great. Like, take that and then do some alts if you want. Like, that's crazy to me. So 20 and 25 was a good look for him. But in the first quarter, what did he do in the first quarter last game? Let's just pull this up in the let's go back to who was guarding. He was guarded by Drew for the most part. I just want to make sure I'm not lying to you. Nemhard matchups. If y'all aren't aware, this is obviously just inside the box score. You can go into the matchups and you can see who's guarding who very easily that way. It's one of the best features. So he had a lot of Derek White split with Drew Holiday. I mean, Missoula was like, yo, just guard whoever, man. Y'all are all better defenders than these dudes are offensive players. So I'm really not worried about who guards who. That's kind of what I would imagine was what he was telling the guards, and even Tatum and Brown, since they're so switchable. First quarter last game, I know he got it last game. We bet it last game. How many shots did he take? So he took 3, no threes, 2 dimes, 4 points. So if he's only going to take 3 shots, it's a little bit scary. I don't know that he's going to necessarily just try to get right back into the groove the same way. Miles Turner is going to be aggressive, Pascal, and whenever TJ comes in. Even TJ in the first quarter got 6 points because he's just shooting as soon as he comes in. He came in at about the 7 or 5 minute mark, right? So they were like, Ben, that's quite enough from you, Benjamin. You can go ahead and sit down now. Young Ben Shepard. Man, so let's see what everybody's props are here. So we got Nemby at 3.5. We got, which is the same thing for TJ McConnell. Oh, yeah, he's at 3.5 too. No, I would prefer Nemhard there. I don't need anything for Peyton in the first quarter. Obi first quarter. I'd rather just stick with dudes I know are going to be getting in there. The Jaylen Brown one we got to come back to. They don't have that up here. Does anybody know why Jaylen? I was looking at this earlier. Jaylen Brown doesn't have first quarter points. Why? They're just scared of him. We're all hitting it too much. Honestly, that's probably what it is. What is it on FanDuel? Let's see real quick. Player points going down to the first quarter. Okay, so yeah, he's at 5.5 for -106 on FanDuel. It feels silly not to take it, man. It feels silly not to take it, doesn't it? Yeah, Ben, go back to your room. Yeah, just down on DK because they're cowards, King Wizard. Thank you for bringing that up. I just want to let y'all know they're cowards. Also, as I was going off on my tangent last time about FanDuel posting like, yo, that's a over 26.5 for Ant. Let me go bet that. Like, what are you talking about, FanDuel? You're a sports book. Let me go bet that. You sound stupid as fuck. I hate them. Over 5.5 still makes sense, though. Let me show you real quick, JB, on the first quarter stuff. Where's he at? First quarter instead of the full game. This is wrong. Let's put it at 5.5. So 5 has kind of been the number, though, if you think about it. So if we go to over 4.5, that's what this would be. If we look in the playoffs, 6.8. If you take it down to 5, though, this is what he goes over every damn time. Can we get the alt for him or not? Jaylen Brown alt first quarter. I don't think you can get it on FanDuel. You can only get it on DK until they become huge bitches and they take it away from us. So 5.5, though, it's still a play. What was his percentage is still pretty high. And Modai brings up a really good point when he talks about this. For those of y'all that know Jedi Modai, the books aren't doing anything except for taking his total points per game, dividing it by 4, and giving you a line, right? So that's what we see here once again, and I buy into that. It's still a good look. How many shots did he take? We're still in the first quarter. He only took 3, though, right? We need him to take 4 to feel better about it, or he needs to hit a 3 and he needs to take one of those. I'm going to stay away from JB today. I know that's a thing that people want. I'm going to lean into the Daft. Look at that. I was already talking about what you were talking about. The minutes in the first quarter are down in the last 2 in general as well. Pulling up his first quarter stuff. 7.3, 7.4. So, and you saw Pusha Peyton getting in there pretty early as well. So that's why I'm out on that. I think it's not necessarily the time to be getting there for him. So I'm gonna pass on JB in the first quarter. I'm gonna put that under leans as well, so you guys know what I'm looking at. This is not leans. This is my card. All right. Cards right there. Leans are coming up right here, and we're taking I'm just passing on Jaylen Brown first quarter because I know it's going to come back up and people are going to keep asking me about it because a lot of people like it, but I'm passing on it myself. So I got the hand up emoji to let you know that I looked at it and I passed on it. All right, and we're going to keep it moving. And Tatum first quarter points was also brought up. I'll just, while we're on the first quarter subject, 8.5 be wilding, plus 108. Let's see what JB's at in the first quarter, or JT rather, excuse me, in the first quarter. Also, not fading Jason Thompson. Come on, man. Jason Thompson from Rider. Anybody remember Jason Thompson, former King? Went to Rider University. Shout out Rider. 8.5 for Tatum, though, right? And if we look at first quarter for him right here in the Yoffs, he's averaging 8.5. That's his average. Now, I know he got 15 in this last game. Why did he have 2 in the other game? And he is the dude playing 12 minutes for this squad. I think he actually got fouls in this game 2, right, or game 1 right here. He was also super off in that game, right, as he was kind of in game 2. But yeah, I mean, I would rather go with him because I know he's going to play the whole first quarter unless barring like unforeseen circumstances. So I'd rather go for the over on Tatum, but let me not mess with these first quarter bets in a game 4 where it's like one team's got their back against the wall. One team's going to come out lackadaisical. Let me not mess with that. So I'm gonna put that up that I'm passing on these first quarter prop bets. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I didn't lose any money. I just didn't win it. Right. And I still promise you I'm going to have plenty of bets in this game because I'm a degenerate, as I think a lot of us are. All right, got that scrolling. Let's take a look at I'm going to remove some of this stuff. I don't need to be looking at Tatum Brown in the first half. I should look at Tatum in general, though, and I think that and also the Nemby first quarter while I'm on it, right? Is there anything else I want for the first quarter? I would like Nemby. I don't like that he only took 3 shots. How many minutes did he play in this last first quarter? For Nembhard, he played 8:30. They're still running their normal rotations for the Pacers. I get it. If you want to take it for Nembhard, it's 2 buckets. It seems like it should be easy. I feel it. I'm out. I'm just out. I got other stuff I want to bet on in this game, and I'm not gonna talk trash on anybody who wants to bet on that. Honestly, like if Nemby takes 3 shots and they're good shots, great. I don't have a sample size to work with here, right? That I feel comfortable with where Nembhard is the main ball handler. I guess I do have some, and it's the regular season, so it's different. Kevin will tell you that the regular season does not equal the postseason, right? So let me look at what he did though without Homie during, not even just during the playoffs. Let's just do without Tyrese, because there was about 10 games that Nembhard played in the regular season. He averaged 3.3, so that doesn't get you there, right? He needs 4 in this game. This is without Halliburton. It's not the same. It's not 1-to-1, obviously, right? This should be 3.5, not 4.5. Hold up. So it's not 1-to-1. Like, okay, he went under in these games. He shouldn't go under. It's different. It doesn't make you feel great that Washington was a team he didn't go under. And Washington was one of the worst defensive teams in the league. But it's not the reason we should or shouldn't go with it. It's just I don't know how many shots he's going to take. And if I can't project amount of shots for him in the first quarter, and I know he's not going to play the whole first quarter, that's the other part, right? Then I'm out. So I'm going to pass on Nemby first quarter stuff. 1Q points, passing on that. This is just to get stuff out of the way that like I know people are going to come in and ask me about, and I want to make sure that y'all know where I'm at with it. So I got Nembhard in there. I already told y'all I like the points. I put that up. If you want to take some alt stuff, do it. I want to take a look at some plus money bets because I want to hit a couple more of those and just lean into some of this thought process for us. I do want to look at JB in general as well and see what you guys think of some other stuff for Jaylen Brown. Let's kick it with Tatum though for a minute, and let me jump back in the comments, make sure I'm not missing anything too. The Lakers won the midseason tournament, just so you know. They did beat the Pacers in that. And Halliburton is not confirmed out, but I am buying into a late unlikely to play tag that he has now. That's a bit more legit than just he's questionable and whatever, right? Let's see. First quarter total. It's a good look. I'm just going through the comments right now and interrupting myself because I'm just, like I said, I got ADD, man. I'm trying my best here. First quarter game lines. I got to go to quarters. My bad. I'm on DK right now, and I'm pulling up quarters. So in the first quarter, 57.5. We're getting kind of high for sure. I know it was 69 in the last game. Nice. But yeah, it was a lot of points in the last first quarter. It could be. I'm going to stay away from first quarter too. I do think they come out hot. The Pacers, if anything, like I don't mind. What are they at for the first quarter? Team total first quarter. Where are we at? This is spread. This is alternates. Oh man, it's gonna be so far away. Total alternates, team total quarters. There we go. 29.5 for the C's in quarter one. 27.5 for the Pacers. It's kind of high. They'd be averaging that. I'm going back to their team page. I don't mind it. Once again, I don't know exactly how this thing's going to come out. I need to see the first quarter to kind of get a feel for what this game might look like a bit more. If the Pacers come out hot in the first quarter and they're balling, then like, yeah, I'll keep it going in the second quarter because I think by the time halftime comes around is when they start to get into trouble. So looking at the first quarter in the playoffs and how this team is done, and we can even just look at home in a way, obviously, but in the whole playoffs, averaging 31.2 at home, 32.6. That makes sense, man. That does make sense to me. Let me just pull up StatMuse as an easy way to do this too. Actually, you know what? I can just do it right here too. My bad. Let me go to advanced game log real quick. Advanced box scores. I think I can turn this to the first quarter, right? I'll quarter. So first quarter in the playoffs right here. How many times did they go under? Yeah, they had. Oh, this is not the playoffs. My bad. Let me get the playoffs up. Playoffs. So how many times did they go under this number? We're at 27.5. I mean, all but 3 of these games in the playoffs, they went on over, right? So that is a good look for sure for them to keep scoring. Obviously, having Halliburton in there is a bit different, but let me pass on that for now and keep it moving. I'm gonna look at Tatum. I saw somebody asking about his rebounds, right? So yeah, appreciate you, David. Yeah, that Turner blocks even at minus 145, still a good look. And appreciate everybody jumping in here, man. Let's keep it going. Yeah. All right. Let me keep it moving. We got Tatum that we're looking at. So JT on the points. Like, I don't bet on Tatum anymore, man. I don't know. I think he's going to show up in this game. I do. I think it's going to be another one. It feels a little bit corny to just be like, well, he went off last game, so he's going to go. But he saw the ball go in the net, man. He saw it go in plenty in this last game. And the other thing is he was just attacking, right? How many he hit? This is the first. Damn, he took 4 threes in the first quarter. Bro was ball, and then he took 6 the rest of the way, but that's because he was getting to the line. It was a great game from him, honestly. And I'm not saying he can't do that again at all by any means. In fact, I think once he sees the ball go in the bucket the way he has, like, look at some of these game logs for him. So he goes off, then he doesn't, then he goes off, then he doesn't. I just don't know which Tatum I'm going to get in the playoffs, bro. And if his 3 isn't going in, then he has a propensity to be soft. I hate to say it, like, and then Jaylen Brown is like, all right, step back, I got this, right? Jaylen Brown in the news big right now too. That Stephen A. Smith stuff, that's wild. Stephen A. needs to chill. But anyway, is Luke Cornett playing? Why does he have props up? He might be playing. That's interesting. That'll come into play with Horford. Let me put Horford in the upcoming as well. For Tatum, I would rather go over on the RA. That's where I'm at. And I know 15.5 seems like a lot, but the rebounds should be there for him. Let me put Horford in here. The thing about Tatum is I want to look at his matchup. So my thing with Tatum rebounds, because that was a specific question, was Tatum rebounds, is he's had fewer rebounds in this series, right, than he was boarding up. Oh, yeah. So 3 games, 28 through 3 games is about 9, almost 10 boards per game in this series. In the playoffs, he's averaging 10.2. So he's actually pretty close to his averages. Every now and again, he gets this random bad game. 9.5 is kind of a nice line for us to take over on. The dimes, they went up a little bit. 5.5, that's actually not that bad still. RA 18 last game, like 14.5. Is that really? That can't be the most. Yeah, that's off. Let me go back into props madness real quick to pull up the correct line for Tatum. Where are you at, J Tate? There we go. Looking at the RA real quick for him. You can get 14.5. Smash. Yep, you can get 14.5. I love it. I absolutely love that. So he's at a 50% hit rate. This is not the playoffs, though. In the playoffs, he's at a 77% hit rate on the RA. Fuck out of here. We're going with that. You get 14.5. Yeah, we're going with that. I don't care about minus 130 or not. This was a look that I think Buddy Irons brought in the Discord as well. So I promise y'all, like, everything that we're talking about here has probably been mentioned in the crazy Discord that it is, because we get a lot of looks right now, almost at 800 people in there after like a month. Like, appreciative for sure. But it speaks to the people that are in there, not just me, because I'm not just on Discord 24/7 just spewing shit. Like, it's smart other people who are in there helping out other people as well. And more minds on one bet is great, and we get more looks. I love it. I'm going with Tatum on the boards. Shout out Buddy for talking about that earlier today, and a couple other homies for sure. And we're gonna put Tatum over 14.5. Grab that as soon as you can. Minus 130 on FD. And putting 0.5 U on that because we still have a good amount of bets in here. Do I want a full unit on the RA for him? I really feel like he's going to have a good game on the boards. The reason that I was off of it, I'll put it for half a unit right now. The reason I've been off of Tatum boards, because I know someone was asking like, yo, why are you not betting those anymore? The reason would be the matchups. So it's interesting, but he's guarding a center, which means he should maybe get more, but because Tatum's been guarding a center named Miles Turner, who we know loves to stand outside the 3-point line. Okay, he guarded Aaron Nesmith last time, guarded some Obi, still had some Miles Turner. Who guarded Miles the most? I know it wasn't Papa Al, because Al's guarding is guarding a lot of Pascal. So he did actually. So who was guarding? So they switched again. They keep mixing stuff up. The whole series, it's been Al Horford on Pascal. Okay, he's going on both of them, I guess. He's still playing the most minutes on both dudes, and then Drew comes in a little bit on Pascal and helps him out. So Tatum's going between Nesmith and Miles Turner, but even that bit of time on Miles Turner, where we see him here for 2 minutes 20, like even though even as one of the primary defenders on Miles, it does scare me to take over because now he's chilling out by the 3-point line. What were his rebound chances this last game? They're pretty hot. No, they weren't. He got hella boards on very few rebound chances. That's what I remember too. This is what's kept me from going in on it. And this is what's going to keep me at half a unit. So he had 11 rebound chances to pull down 10 boards last game. That's scary, right? That's 95% or whatever, 92% of those rebound chances turning into rebounds. That's not the most repeatable. It's not easy to replicate that, right? So it's tough to just go in and be like, yeah, let me get those Tatum. Which one you like the most, Kenobi? You talking about the rebounds for Tatum? Let me know what the RA. Yeah, that's what I've been talking about. My bad. What I bet at 15? Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go for the RA again. Honestly, like that might seem a little bit scary, but I'm just leaving it at the RA for that. So I'm gonna keep it in there. Yeah, I like that for sure. You like that? Those chances are asked, Daft. Let me know what you did if you bet anything for our boy there on Tatum, Mr. Daft previews. Always good to have Daft in here, bro. Get another set of eyes from the COVID king. All right, let me keep it moving though. Yeah, Yumia's got a look here where she was talking about Tatum was directing traffic a lot during the first. Interested in the differences in his first quarter assists last game versus others. Did he have a bunch in the first quarter last game? Was he coming out diming? He took 4 threes. So let me look at the first quarter real quick for Tatum. 1 dime in that, and you can't see potential assists by quarter, which is mad annoying. He kind of kept facilitating though. 0 in the third, and then a bunch more in the fourth. He had 4 in the fourth. It's a little bit scary, but once the shot was falling and they kind of came out on him, it makes sense. The problem is he's not a dude that starts to pass. I'm leaving it in there for half. I still think it's a good look. Oh, hell yeah. All right, let's get Daft in here. And he can talk to us about Mr. Jason Tatum. I didn't mean to do that. My bad. Let me bring that back up. Pull this up. Daft's got me all flustered. All right, hold up. Present that. Invite to our boy. You're going to have to get his name up here too. Get our guy in here for a minute. If you don't know Daft yet, COVID king, Australia's finest, and a good homie. So let me put him in here. Let me update this for you real quick, Daft. Let me see real quick. Stand by 1 second. Going back into my stuff, getting some stuff for the main man to come on for a minute. All right. Hold up. NBA. All right. Here we go. Get this out of here. It only takes 2 seconds. I want to know his thoughts on Tatum. I'm going to leave the RA in there for now, and that still looks like a good look for me. So I'm gonna still play that and keep it in though. All right, here we go. Stand by so we can get the official. What's up? And you can tell me how good my impression is too. Oh, my guy's in the car again. What's up, brother?
What's up, kings and queens? It's your boy Dan from Daft Previews. We going live, baby.
Let's go. Good to have you, fam. Talk to me about Tatum real quick. Now that I got you in here.
Well, that hairline is crispy. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's my favorite Tatum play right there. That hairline. Man,
yeah,
that's clean.
He got lined up right.
I had the same fears around his rebounds. Those chances scare me. They're trending down. 10 rebounds and 11 chances is wild. That's a lot of uncontested rebounds, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the matchup things, he's playing a lot on the perimeter as well. He's playing on the ball a lot more. He's not just sitting on the weak side. So I was a bit concerned about the boards. The assists, I don't mind. But the points and assists, I'm really hesitant after a big game because we all know that this guy is not consistent. The only thing consistent will be his minutes and his usage rate, but his output is crazy. Like, I consider taking the under in his points.
Yeah.
30.5, but he'll take 20 to 25 shots.
Yeah.
And he can get to the line too. So I made the choice not to bet on Tatum.
Yeah.
But
same
ultimately lent to the under.
No doubt. Yeah. I'm out on the points for him. I don't think so, Cody. Let me know if I missed something that you were looking at. There's just a inbound. Oh, you're talking about Tatum rebounds. We're good. We're still looking at it. I think that the rebounds are terrifying for that reason. I put him together with the rebounds and assists. I like the fact that he's coming off of Miles Turner a little bit more than he was, because that was a big part of my fear was like if he's guarding Miles Turner, he's chilling out there, right? But the RA has been a hit even in this series. 2 of 3 for that he's hit this in. Had 11 in one of them. Obviously, that was a pretty shite game for him. I still think the dime should be there a bit more, especially if he's actually making shots. Then they're going to come in and handle it. Did you know your blinkers on?
Yeah.
Are you still turning? Yeah, are you still turning?
I'm waiting at the lights. Let me turn them off.
Oh, okay. I was like, yo, are you just turning for 20 minutes? Like, what? You got to keep driving, bro. You're just in a circle. You're not going to get to where you're going if you just drive in a circle, fam. All right, well then, yeah, I agree. Like, I don't want to mess with Tatum points. I took the RA for a half a unit because we also get that good price right here on FanDuel where you can get it at the 14.5. Ooh, it's dropping too to -128. And the 15.5 is getting some plus odds. So people seem to be off of this too. I don't know if what we're saying is convincing people to go off it, bro. But all right, let's keep it moving though. Let's see real quick. All right. The other one was JB. Did you have anything for Jaylen Brown? Kick it to you for that for real quick.
Yeah, so 2 thoughts on Jaylen Brown. Firstly, on points, I did lean to the over. I feel like he left some points on the table. His volume is nice. I like the volume. His shot percentage is great in this series because he's getting some shots at the rim. He didn't shoot well from downtown in the last game, and he didn't get to the free throw line very much. And I think if he did get to the free throw line, I think he missed some. So I felt like he left some on the table. It could have been a 30-point night had he shot a little bit better. And at 25.5, I leaned to the over. Especially, it correlated with the thought that, Jason Tatum's probably not going to put 30-point games back to back. So if Tatum's going under, then you could probably lean to the over with your Derek Whites and your Jaylen Browns.
Yeah.
So I took him for over 25.5.
You did take him for that.
I did.
I was trying to see if I liked it because I actually kind of also like the under RA for him. Not totally correlated, but like
I linked to the under on the boards. That was my next play.
Under on the boards.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the rebounds are 6.5 now.
Yeah.
Best number I'm seeing right now is -125 on DraftKings, and 365. If you wanted that, what's the thought process behind the boards? I'm gonna look at his rebound chances while you're talking about it.
That's pretty much it. His chances are ass, and his rebounds over the last 5 are pretty poor. It's just a downward trend.
Yeah. And he's only gone over once in this series, and it was the 6.5 that he went over with the 7 in that game. Going down his rebound chances real quick on props.cash. So he had 12 in that first game, 9 and 7, right? In these last 2. If he's averaging 10.6, does anybody like if he gets, let's say he gets 10, right? Which is his average in this.
He needs 7 rebounds from 10 chances.
Yeah, it's tough. And his matchup on defense, did you take a look at that?
Nope.
For JB. Okay, so no, it's all good. We got him on Neesmith, right? So between Neesmith, Nembhard, and Pascal, like if he's guarding Pascal, I like him. He should get more rebounds, but when he's guarding Neesmith, it seems like he would get more boards if he's guarding. Well, I guess he wants to hang out in the 3-point a bit for Neesmith. I don't want to trash the man that hard.
Well, check this angle out, right? So another player that I'm looking at is Naismith over 1.5 assists.
Interesting.
Like when Hallie's not there, he's playing above the break more, and the Pacers are just whipping that ball around, so he'll fall into 2 assists. But I think that might even correlate with the lower rebound chances for Brown because Naismith's not just sitting in the corner anymore. If Hallie's not there, he's a bit more involved in the offense. So Jaylen Brown's putting in more work. He's not just chilling on the weak side.
Got you. This is why you watch the games, y'all. For real. I interrupted your final point.
Oh, that was all I got. There was a full stop there.
Hell yeah. Look at what kind of crazy energy drinks they got out there in Australia. It's a dope can, though.
Yeah, half a liter. Let's go.
Shoot. My boy's going to be zinging through the office today. That's a really good look. And if you are watching any of the tape, then you see where Aaron Neesmith's playing, and you see Jaylen Brown pulled out away from – because if Jaylen Brown was guarding Neesmith under normal circumstances, Neesmith's in the corner, like you said. Whoever's guarding homie in the corner is good to get their boards because that's how Luka Doncic gets all his rebounds is they just leave him on the baseline and say, you guard the worst player who's standing in the corner. It's almost like opposite of box and one, right? Where it's like almost like it's whatever one in, I don't know what you'd call that, one in box basically, because he's just basically standing there for him. So,
if you watch the NBA this season, right, and you bet on Chicago Bulls games, 90% of the time you bet on whoever's defending Patrick Williams to get rebounds,
right?
Because that guy had a permanent residency in the corner, 100%. And he did not get the ball.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, they didn't. I don't know what's gonna happen to Pat Williams. He started to come on, and then he got hurt. But so Neesmith though, for the dimes, you can still get 1.5. Let me see. Can you?
I did last night.
They bumped it up.
Confirmed. I don't know if that moved.
Oh, the COVID, the Daft preview push.
What is it now?
It's 2.5. You bumped it, bro, with your analysis.
Woo!
You and your army of followers.
Your nickname's the Vape Lord.
I know the Vape Lord's moving lines on us, fam. He's a steam pusher, pushing steam. So 2.5 or plus 140. Are you out on that? Plus
I'll probably say less.
Yeah.
Because you might get 5 to 6 chances. Like at 2, with 2, you could take anybody for 1.5. Like I'd even take Rudy Gobert at 1.5 if the price was right.
Right.
You can fall into those assists.
Yeah.
But 2.5 probably. I think that's about right, to be honest.
Yeah. I think that makes more sense, and that is a good look without Hallie for the assist for him for a lot of people for sure. All right, but I'm going to keep it moving to a couple other guys too. If you like JB, I'm going to put it down here that Daft bet on it for sure, and I'll leave it as a lead for myself.
It's not my favorite play, but I did bet on it. My favorite was the block party.
Yeah, don't you put that evil on me though. No, it's still a good look. I thought about it for him. I think the play for him is over on points, under on the RA. I also don't see him getting the rebounds and assists, and I kind of want to play that. So I'm going to put JB over 25.5 though points for Daft. So we got some Daft love coming in on the bottom line as well, in case you're wondering what our boy is playing. So when people jump in here like, Daft, what's your best bet? This is one of them, and none of them are best, right? Yeah, you don't have a favorite. You love them all the same.
Oh, today I do. I'm excited about the block party. Obviously the Turner unders in blocks and Derek White overs. Parlay, baby, it's the block party. Let's go.
Oh, you like Derek White blocks?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. What is that at? What's good? By the way, Yoshua, Timothy Thomas, good to have you guys in here as always, fam. The blocks for D White, what'd you get? Did you get a half or 1.5?
I got 0.5.
Hell yeah. Minus 200 though now. It's minus 185 on DK.
Ooh. I think I got it for like minus 135 or 138.
Bro is a block party, right? I love Derek White blocks.
Yeah, and I just put it with Turner because they both got juice like to the max. Yeah. I should have bet them in advance, but I waited. So then I just put them together. I think I got like plus 150 for those two together.
Cool. I dig it. I think that's a good look. Yeah. For sure. All right, cool. Let me keep it moving then with some other stuff that I had coming up next real quick. I think we're good. I think I want to go under. I'm going to make sure I actually remember to support myself here. I'm going to put JB under RA in my under 9.5 RA in my leans for right now, because I want to take full use of Daft's time here and see if there's anything else. Before I just keep going with what everybody else's stuff is, do you have anything else that you played that you want to share with the people?
My boy Miles Turner. So I'm running a bit of parlay science of Miles Turner, and I called this segment of my video "Bitch or Beast" because Miles Turner gives me cat vibes. Right? He's not as zesty, but for a man of his size and his skill set, he's a bitch or a beast, man. So I ran 2 parlays on him. The first one is a beast parlay where I take him for 20 points and 10 rebounds. I think I got that about plus 700.
Oof. And
then I got the bitch version of Turner where I took him under 12.5 points and under 7.5 rebounds, and I got like plus 550 for that.
Wow.
So if he plays average, I'll lose both bets. But I'm a degenerate, and it seemed like a lot of fun. It's the bitch or beast parlay. If you can look at Miles Turner and tell me, do you think he's a bitch today or a beast? That would help me out. I might catch one of them.
Man, put him on my strict diet of no Miles Turner's points or rebounds bets. I never know. I hate the dudes where you're like, what side of the bed did you wake up on today, bro? Are you going to be a bitch or a beast? Like you said. That's amazing, though. That's an amazing segment, bitch or beast, and it works for like a number of dudes in the league. Honestly, you could put Tatum in that category if you wanted to.
Yeah, and
And be like,
Anthony
how's he
Edwards,
going to come out tonight?
bitch or beast.
Yeah,
Anthony Edwards is a bitch or beast.
yeah, Ant-Man right now, and he's been missing layups. That's crazy that he went under last game. But okay, I see you on Miles Turner. I'm gonna put that on down here too. I love that. So it was either that Turner gets over what was it 20 and 10?
Yep.
20 and 10 or SGP.
Yep.
And you put up Turner under 12.5 points.
Yep.
Parlayed with
under 7.5 rebounds.
Wow. Which one gets you better juice?
The beast pays a bit more. Yeah.
Cool. I dig it. That's a really good look. And it's smart to play both, honestly. Like you're just playing big bucks.
If you check the 3 games he's had in this series, he's been a bitch or beast. Like those 2 bets have cashed in all 3 games.
Oh, yeah. Not even a question. I mean, 22, 23 here, 8 there. And the rebounds, when he scores, he's getting these buckets too for some reason.
Yeah.
Right?
So if he gets in foul trouble in the first quarter, the bitch parlay is on.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
That's brill, mate. I like that. I really like that. What else you got before you have to go start selling shit in the office?
So, I got another 20 minutes, so no need.
Okay, my bad.
Let's go through. What's up next?
Okay, all right, cool. I got a lot of people talking about Drew, and he is up next. So let's get into some Drew stuff real quick. Kenobi was trying to tell us to bet it, and he said it just went from 11 to 11.5, and that's probably on some of those DFS sites too, right? But Drew, do we know does anybody know anything about Drew's health? Like, is he better? Did he get some noodle soup and he's good to go, or what?
I think he's still hitting them honey, lemon, and ginger teas. I heard.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I did look at his RA.
Yeah.
Over in his RA last night. I ultimately didn't take it because anyone with a game time decision status, I don't tend to win on those bets. So
yeah.
But when I looked at the numbers, the RA looks good.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't favor rebounds or assists because he showed in the last game he was a rebounding beast, right? Only had 3 dimes, I think.
Yeah.
So the RA seemed good, but I'm pretty confident that line would have moved. What's it at now?
For the RA?
Yeah.
I don't think there's any 10.5. Well, there's a 10.5 on FanDuel, actually. Minus 115. Oh, actually, it's still 10.5 in most places, but you can get minus 115 on FD. It's a pretty good look right there.
It was 9.5 when I looked at it last night.
9.5 would be chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gone over in all 3 in this series. It does seem like he's a little bit less concerned with shooting after his 28-point outburst on 16 shots. Then he took 7, and then he took 10, right? So in the last 2 games, he's only had 17 shots. He still got his points last. Did he really get his points? Damn. No, they were 14 and a half last game.
He got close. Yeah.
But he went under because they were 14 and a half last game. That's what it closed at. So that line dipped 1 for us if we wanted it. I'm still in like why don't we just do like Drew? Like if I pull up, like I'm still in in my head. Well, no, that's true because sometimes he'll do 1 more than the other when it comes to rebounding assists. Because I was like, why don't we just do like 12, 4, and 4 for Drew Holiday? You know what I mean? Something to that effect. Yeah. I want to see what those numbers might look like for him. So if I put his points in here, let's just put him at 10 and feel super uber comfortable that he gets that. Minus 440. That's terrible. Let's just put his 13 in here. I hate that. Minus 120. Let me look at the boards. Like, I do still think the boards are slightly better play, but then game 1, not the case, right?
Yeah.
What if we put him for 4 and 4 though on the dime? And the assist would scare you too a little bit. What's his core prop at? 5.5. Sheesh.
Yeah.
What if it's just 14 and 4 boards though? Has he had less than 4? Yeah, he had the 3. That's right. So he's just splitting with maybe it's just the RA and I'm trying to get too cute with it. Dead ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the play. I'm gonna put that in here for leans for right now so we can keep rolling. But I think the Drew stuff is still RA for me, and I lean to the over on the 10.5 that you can still get. You can still get the 10.5 on. Hold on. 10.5 is on FD. That's the best number 2. You can get it on 365. Oh, it's still hanging on DraftKings too, but it's minus 135. I think that number alone, the disparity between the price that you get for Drew minus 115 FD, I still think that's worth it. So that's a lean for me for sure on the RA. I haven't gotten it in yet. I'm staying away from the points for Drew, mostly just because also like how healthy is he? If he is like you said, like, you know, getting that ginger tea in his system. And they left him open for a number of shots, so he might still be a slightly forgotten dude on a lineup where Al Horford's hitting 12 threes, and they finally have to be like, well, I guess we should guard him more rather than Drew Holiday. But if Horford's not hitting those threes like that, you don't really got to get off him. So I want to make sure I have Horford in the upcoming too. I do. All right.
I was hoping the Celtics would lose this series, so I didn't have to bet on them anymore. Because they're too deep, and it's like they got the head of the snake, who's Tatum, and if he doesn't go off, Jaylen Brown could, and if he doesn't, Derek White could, and if he doesn't, Drew Holiday could, and Al Horford does this from time to time. And then if you throw Kristaps in the mix, where the fuck are these points? They're tough to bet on. So
it was funny because you broke up for a second. It was like, where the fuck are these points gonna come from? Jermaine, you brought up Derek White a minute ago. I just want to know what you meant. You said sneaky good for under what were you talking about, Jermaine? Let me know in the comments if you can. All right, cool. Yeah, we're on the same page there. So I'm looking at D White though for a minute. You like D White in this game, right?
I liked over 2.5 threes, but it was juiced to the max. I was like, these lines are sharp. Yeah. And I liked his over in rebounds and assists. Yeah. I bet on that the last game, which cashed. That was the only reason I didn't bet on it again. I just because it wasn't looking good. A lot of it came in the fourth. So, but the rebounds and assists for Derek White I liked, and a bounce back at his 3-point shooting.
Gotcha.
Well.
Yeah. So
he
went.
Ultimately took the blocks.
Yeah, he went 2 for 8 last game. He still took the 8. He went 4 for 8 the previous game and 3 for 8 the previous game. So we should bank on 8 threes for him. That's what he shot every time.
Yeah, the volume's good.
Yeah, so getting 3 for 8 is something he should do and should go above what he did last game. I agree with that. I mean, there might still be a bet on it for me, even at the -1. There was something better, -142. It's not gonna. Yeah, I mean, he's averaging 3.5 in the playoffs.
Yeah,
playoffs. I think if I put this in the model, it's going to tell us that there's no bet either way at the -142 number. So I agree with you on passing on the threes. You took him for what did you take him for?
I only ended up with the blocks, but I was close to taking his rebounds. Actually, no, I took his rebounds and assists.
The RA
8.5. I got the over on that for -120.
You got a great number. That's way gone.
Because at first I wasn't gonna bet it because when I was doing my video, I had a couple books open. I was like, this is juice to the max. I don't think I can take this.
Yeah.
I might have to parlay it with something. I was gonna add it with Derek White over in his blocks, and then I found one that gave it to me for -120. I was like, hell yeah, we on it.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, 8.5. That's crazy that you can get that, honestly. I mean, it makes sense like that it would open at that, but honestly, it doesn't. I think they were just wrong, right? They just opened it incorrectly. I don't know why I would think that makes sense. I guess in the playoffs, his RA is 8.7, but like we've been talking about here, it's like these last 5, he's definitely been coming on for that. Let me look at his potentials. Hold on, I think
it's just the pace. The change in pace is why the recent form is great. Rebounds and assists everywhere. And given the amount of threes that are taken in this game, there's a lot of long rebounds.
Yeah.
So both teams are practically playing 5 out. So the hungriest players are going to get the boards.
Right.
So that's why Drew Holiday, Derek White, they're scooping them up.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. And I think they're both, I mean, I like them both in this same kind of bet, to be honest, like both Drew and Derek White to kind of just do the other stuff. But we're also banking on Tatum and Brown making their shit at that point, right? Like if they're not hitting, they will find those two dudes a little bit more. So, you know, you do worry that if they're both back on it, I think we're both also though in this place of like, I'm not touched. Somehow we trust Jaylen Brown more than we trust Jason Tatum. And I'll tell you right now, I have Jaylen Brown plus 500 with 2 units on it to be the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. If he outplays Tatum in this game and the series ends, tell me I'm not winning that bet. Like who the hell else would it be? You know what I mean? Like I can't think of anybody. Just not Tatum. I'll tell you that right now. So yeah, I'm rooting for that. I lean the same way. I'm gonna put these bets down here for Daft so it's clear he took the D White stuff. over 9.5 RA. I think that's a good look. It's a lean for me. I also like what did I say, 10.5 for him? Oh yeah, I took Drew as a lean as well for the 10.5 RA. So that's scrolling on the bottom line right now. I wanted to make that clear to everybody. Let me move past D White. The threes don't become worth it for you guys, to be honest. Let's look at Pusha P. Did you know I started calling him that last stream? Yeah. He kind of looks like a drug dealer, too, to be fair. Like, he's the sketchy white dude in the hood that you're like, whoa, I'm not fucking with that dude and his haircut. Like, what did he have to do to get in that gang, right? That kind of like Dave Chappelle make a joke.
He looks like he used to use them, and now he pushes them.
That's a really good point. Yeah. That's a really good point. Yeah. Pusha P, not to be confused with Pusha T, is, yeah, for sure. So for Pusha... I really did know a white drug dealer who looked exactly like Peyton Pritchard with like somehow his hairline is like right above his eyes. It's hella weird. All right. So for Pusha though, like I was scared for him last game because of the fact that he's in this weird intermediate time, like the time that he's receiving on the floor. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Heartbreak Drizzy knows what we're talking about. He looks like a shady white boy dealer for sure. You're right. Like, and he's always got a JanSport black backpack on. And you're like, what does he have in that backpack today? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I know that dude for sure. We all grew up with someone like that. All right. So for Pusha, though, like I was saying, he's kind of in this weird, like he didn't get he played 14 minutes last game.
Yeah.
I mean, he came in the first quarter. I'm going to pull up Popcorn Machine real quick because I want to see what his subbing was like. This is also linked in the description of the video, y'all. So if you're looking for something like this is really easy to find. But it's popcornmachine.net, and this will show you game flow for subs, which is really helpful. So Pusha came in at the 7:40. He came in with like 8 minutes left in the quarter. Like he already came in for Drew, who was probably a little bit sick or whatever, but. He came in. He was in the first quarter. What was he? 1 for 2 with a foul. He had 2 dimes, and then barely played in the second. Didn't come in until the end of the third, and they kept him out because they needed to win. So he's in this weird spot for like the same reason that I took under on Ben Shepard is a little bit of like why I like the prefer an under for Peyton P because he's just okay. To be very specific. He's going to come in. He's going to get his minutes because the Celtics are like, we don't care. We're playing a YMCA squad. We're so much fucking better than them. Who the hell cares? Get Pusha P his time in the first quarter. Then the game is they're losing. He doesn't barely plays in the second quarter because they're like, shit, we need to have the starters in here for like the whole second quarter, which you can see right here. Yeah. Everybody on the bottom, Drew, Tatum out, Derek White. They all play most of that quarter. And then Derek White comes out for a little bit because he has fouls and Xavier Tillman comes in. Right. Which shout out Xavier Tillman for playing. So then we get to the third quarter and it's like, well, no, we got to make a comeback and we're still losing by like, double digits and going into the fourth quarter. So we can't have Pusha in there. We got to have the starting lineup once again in there to end the game. So if it's a blowout, I don't think if it's close, I don't think he's going to get minutes because they need to win. If it's a blowout, I don't think he's getting minutes because he's not a garbage time player anymore. So he's right in the middle of this like terrible place to be for minutes, and I could easily project him at that amount once more. Don't you think?
Yeah. Well, I think my concern was Drew Holiday's battling an illness, and Pritchard gets less minutes.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. What's the deal?
Yeah.
Like what is the deal with that?
And there was white on white crime in that last game. Like TJ was smoking your boy Pusha P. So I don't know if there's any coming back for that in this series. Like. If TJ put it on me, I wouldn't turn up. I wouldn't even put my insoles in if I was him.
TJ McConnell stole his soul last game. It's been a while since I've heard white on white crime in an NBA game. That's fantastic. And look, they got him at 18 minutes, and he was averaging. And this is RotoWire, and like once again, y'all, if you have an established the run account, it's the best for sure. Like the books will move lines based on projections coming out from establish the run. So keep that in mind. ETR, establish the run, is going to be something that it's worth it to get that subscription. My boy won't let me use his subscription to just show it online for some reason, but he gives me the information I need from there. But anyway, for Pusha though, what I was showing real quick was the minutes, like we keep saying. So 4.5. This is whatever points, but looking at the minutes, he's averaging 22 in the series in the playoffs, and he just got 14.5, and RotoWire has him at 18. I think they don't really know what to do with him, but it does seem like RotoWire is projecting that they're just going to try to close this thing out for the Celtics are, and that all the minutes are going to go to the starters, and they're all going to get a little bump in minutes. Does that jive with you?
Yeah.
Me too. I'm off all this stuff right here, and it does look like Luke Cornett is probably going to be back and playing. But I don't care. I still don't care, honestly. That would be the only thing that would screw our under block party for Miles Turner. Wouldn't it? Is like if Cornett. Yeah, if Cornett comes in there to get his pasty ass block, then we're in trouble. Projected minutes over here. Yeah, I can't believe Ben Shepard's even at 20. I guess 26 is fine. He plays good D, but I love my under for that. Do you have a thought on Ben Shep?
No, I didn't even look at him, to be honest.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is he going to start today, do you think? Because he wasn't very
good.
I
do.
Last game. You did?
Yeah, I do, because I actually projected that last game, Daft, because I was like, yo, what? Do I not have a Twitter account anymore? All right, something's wrong with Twitter, so I'm not getting the updates from Underdog Fantasy. I think Twitter's freaking out right now, but what I thought was the effectiveness of TJ McConnell is it kind of goes away if TJ is like expected to play 36 minutes. So he's still going to get 28 to 30. They're still going to want to bring him off the bench. That all proved to be true. After making all those correct points, I still bet on Ben Shepard and didn't bet on TJ McConnell. And then claim to be someone who does this for a reason, for a living somehow. Like where I get the gall to say I'm a fucking pro when in reality I bet on, whatever. So I'm still in the same boat though. Like TJ is going to out-minute him, and I like TJ more. And I'm out on Ben Shepard. So let me just progress naturally from. Thank you, Yumia, by the way. That Shep is. Shep and where'd you go? Cornett, sorry, and Drew are both confirmed to play. So we do know that. Real quick, Sarita, what happened? I know that Derek Lively was hurt and like he had to go to the hospital because he got messed up in the head and the neck. Let me know if you saw anything that came out. Did you see anything either, Daft? Update on D Lively?
No, I didn't actually, and I didn't even get to watch the game yesterday. I was just checking the box score, so pretty disappointed to hear about that. Was it Cat?
For sure.
I saw Cat like kneeing him and stuff on the drive, but how did it happen?
Yeah, that's someone fell on his head. He got kneed in like the back of the head and neck area as he was falling to the ground on a rebound. That was like just a big scrum. So he's for sure out for game 4. So I think that's what Sarita was originally talking about, was like she saw that update that he's out. So that makes sense. But yeah, big prayers for Derek Lively, man. And like, selfishly, it was like, what a gold mine that we found here, where like nobody expected this rook to come out and be so composed in the finals and conference finals. Like big things ahead for D Lively, man. Really like that kid.
Well, that means if Dwight Powell's point line's at 3.5, I'm going to take it. Okay.
Yeah, that's a really good point too. I know we're talking about a different game, but like this is value, y'all. This is a betting show. This isn't just like a Celtics and Pacers show. Do we have? Let me see. Let me go on props real quick. Props Madness. Do we have a line for Dwight Powell? I thought you were about to say like whatever Dwight Powell's line is, I'm going under, but no, he'll be in there for enough time. We don't have props for him yet, but I still think Gafford's going to be a good play. Like, go for it, man. Ooh, real quick, Young Pasty. What a name, White Boy Wonder. What? Do you see this dude's profile picture? It's wonderful. White Boy Wonder with a stick figure. Dude, you're great, Young Pasty. Thank you for that. All right, so Miles Turner over on the turnovers went over 2.5 in the past 3 games, and we still get it at plus money. It's a pretty good look. I'll take a look at it in a second. And right. Kenobi said Towns did that shit on purpose. Wouldn't surprise me. He's petty like that. You're not wrong that he hurt Lively on purpose like that. I don't know. Cat, who knows with Cat, man. Anyway, let me get back to what
1,500 shots. Did you buy into that?
To which one?
Cat saying takes 1,500 shots per day. Did you see that interview?
Sure. Yeah, I saw that. That was his response at the podium, was like, it's frustrating. It's really frustrating because I take 1,500 shots a day. I've got all the confidence in the world. That was the part that I was like, do you? And is it not false bravado? Are you not like kind of compensating, Cat? Because you're corny as hell and you're kind of a dork. So like, it kind of feels like you're compensating, bro. But anyway, moving past that, we were on the backups for the Pacers. So let's get back to this riveting convo about TJ McConnell and motherfucking. I want to throw McConnell and Obi in the conversation now as we just transition from Ben Shep to go under, which I like, and a couple other people in here also like. So, TJ, do we just stop overthinking it?
I took the over in points. So my leans was TJ over 14.5 points. Given the minutes, volume, his field goal percentage, I like it. And the fact that the Celtics are going to make him take that shot every time. They're not helping. They're letting him take that shot. But my other look was under 6.5 assists.
Yeah, it's at 7.5, brother.
Was it 7.5?
And also, his points are at 15.5. So before anybody can jump in the comments and ask, do you still like it?
15.5, probably not, no.
Yeah.
But I think I like the under in his assists even more. If it's 7.5,
oh yeah,
hell yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
Minus 144, I still like it, bro. Like, I 100% still like it. Let me look at the whole, like, I'm just going to do all games here for TJ real quick. So all games in this season, he has gone under 20 of 87 times. Let's take Halliburton out of here for a minute. Hallie out. And now we're at 5 for 13 in this. And this includes playoffs and regular season. There's only one playoff game now that he's played without Hallie. Obviously, it was the last one. But the teams he went over against, Miami, over presses, actually gives up more assists than you might think because they overplay and go for the steal, kind of like Chicago. Although they're still really good at limiting assists. The Wizards, I don't need to tell you how bad the Wiz are. The Hawks, don't think I should need to tell you about how bad they are on defense. The Kings before they got good on defense. So January 18 Kings were not February 18 Kings. Those are two separate defenses. So I'm just trying to show, like, these are not great teams that he's going over on the assist. This is an easy under. I don't even need to, like, talk about it for that long. To be honest, right?
And I think you can even put a cap on his minutes. What's the most he's expected to play? 35?
30. Yeah. He's not. He cannot play him. His whole thing is that I don't ever stop running. I hustle. A real Wes Welker type, if you will. And that's American football for everybody who is not from Australia. But basically, like, whenever you're watching SportsCenter and somebody says, "Yeah, he's a real gym rat," what they mean is white. So, like, that's what it is for TJ too, is like, you got to get him in there. Also, this was wild real quick. Did you see that they had a graphic up that was like bad kitty and they were talking about that? Oh my God, that was ballsy. That was the best SportsCenter segment ever. Or it might have been TNT. That's why, because SportsCenter's chicken. But we got to put this in. What I was going to look at real quick, Daft, was like, what if we go on the TJ over points under dimes?
Yeah.
Or we like take some alt maybe. I'm just going to look at the SGP on DK real quick. But what do you think about what I'm talking about right there?
I think it's money. That's definitely the way that I was leaning for sure.
Yeah. So do we want to keep it at, so TJ McConnell alt points, maybe we do 12 or 15 even?
Yeah, well, he's going to shoot 50%. He'll take at least 10 shots, right? 10,
yeah.
12.
Oh, yeah. No, he takes 10 shots when Halliburton plays.
Yeah.
Last game,
shots, perhaps.
Yeah, he took 17 last time, bro.
Yeah. I reckon book him down for a floor of 12 without Hallie. So he'll get at least 12 points.
So that's 12 points right there. That's the hood math we always run for TJ McConnell. However many shots he takes, he's gonna make at least half of them, and they're all gonna be twos. So you know how many points he's getting. It's just that simple. Okay, I love that. So let's keep it at 15 and see what that does. And I'm gonna go over to the assists real quick. If their already core line is at 7.5 for his assists, where are you at, TJM? Oh yeah, plus 190. Chef's kiss. Throw in the under blocks for Miles Turner, maybe.
Well, I've got a parlay because I guess I was a bit unsure of the Hallie news. So when I recorded, I've got a no Hallie parlay, and I feel I've got Nembhard over 23.5 points and assists.
Yeah.
TJ over 14.5 points and Naismith over 1.5 assists.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
And I think I got that about plus 450 from memory.
Yep.
And I'm assuming all of those lines would have moved since the news is now confirmed. So
yeah. Oh, I'm sprinkling on this. I'm gonna do this two ways. I mean, I'm gonna be getting a lot of exposure to TJ McConnell, which is not good. Pause. Can I get alt assists for TJ real quick? And can I do alt over under? That's what I'm wondering. So I'd have to go under 8.5 here, which is like so chef's kiss. And that gets it down to 300. But if I take it the under 7.5, then I'm still in a good place. I think that's going to be one of my plays here.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I'm
the
still,
potential assists aren't high, and they don't have shooters. Like,
yeah.
how's he going to get these assists?
Yeah. And I wanted to also say, like, if you take a same game parlay, so this is something interesting just to show everybody. Like, if you're looking at player defense real quick, so Miles Turner for his under 1.5 blocks, if you go to the SGP tab for Miles Turner, right, and you actually take a same game parlay, this is minus 130. But I believe his core prop, if you're not in the same game parlay tab, is worse odds than that. Let me make sure I'm not lying to you. Player defense going down to blocks. No, it's still minus 130. So it looks like this got bet down. Interesting. Either way, that's great. If you can get minus, wow, I lost juice on that. So I like this bet a ton. I'm not gonna lie to you. TJ McConnell, 15 plus, under 1.5 blocks for Miles, and under 7.5 assists for TJ. I think you would take that. I think you can just take TJ in general. I'm gonna put the full unit on under 7.5 to start here before I start getting cute. TJ MC, you know what I'm talking about, under 7.5 assists. He had 11 or did he have 13 potentials last
13.
game? Yeah, that's a lot, isn't it? I'm sitting here with like so much confidence, and now I'm starting to be like, whoa, you sound like you might not be thinking of something, but I'm gonna go with it because I got to, man.
He had what, 13 potential assists, and he finished on what, 5 or 6?
3, I thought. Hold on.
Is it 3? I forgot what it was.
He had 6. You're right. My bad. He ended with 6.
Right?
Yeah.
If he was playing on Boston and he had 13 potential assists, he probably gets 10.
Because of this poo-poo defense for the Pacers.
Yeah, and his teammates would be better.
Like, yeah, also that. That's a good point.
And especially Pascal's probably going to be the leading scorer, right? He's scoring in isolation. Like, it's tough to get a dime pass into that guy.
Yeah.
He'll give you 12 jab steps, in and out dribble, post spin, fade away. Like, you can't get a dime off that.
It's a really good point. I know, and that's why I like Pascal under on the rebounds and assists too, because once the ball's in his hands, he's going up. He's getting that Bam out of bio treatment where he's just like, they're all like, yeah, go for it, bro. Hit your twos. Like, we're not really worried about you, you know? Handle that small work.
In Australia, we'd say that Pascal Siakam has blinkers on.
Because you always know he's going right to the basket.
Yeah, because he can't see outside of that.
Blinders. Yeah. He's got the horse blinders on. So that he doesn't freak out. I like that. I'm gonna put this SGP together real quick. I am gonna take that plus 405. Is that what it ends on? And 15 plus 405. It might be better on FD. I'm just gonna look real quick. Because you get under 7.5 of the assists. Let me get this stuff out of here. And then
you've got to shop when you're doing these same parlays. You have to shop.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some dramatic difference in odds depending on where you go.
Totally. Do you have a one spot that you can shop parlays and like put a calculator of sorts, or no?
No, I go old school and have like 9 tabs open.
Yeah, old school, baby. Yeah, and this can't even be combined. So yeah, like screw you, FD, on this one. Yeah, I'm gonna go Turner under 1.5 blocks. This is gonna be a little same game parlay. So if anybody wants to tail, that's how I'm gonna play it.
I just arrived at my destination.
All right,
so
brother.
Good luck to you and everybody else.
Appreciate you, man. Have fun at work. Wait, last thing. Papa Al. Anything?
Nah, fuck that guy. He's unpredictable. All right, that's what I think.
The ageless Papa Al. He's also like the nicest, best dude in the league. So like, I think we're like,
I'll be the godfather to my son, but I ain't better than him.
Exactly. All right, brother. Have a good rest of the day, man. Best of luck tonight.
Catch up. Best of luck,
bro. All right, cool. I'm putting in. I'm gonna close it out with Papa Al, by the way. So that is how we're gonna end things here. I've got a few more minutes before we got to dip. So I'm putting up one more thing on the bottom line that I just took that little SGP. TJ McConnell under 7.5 assists. TJ McConnell over on the over 15 plus points rather. And then I threw in my Miles Turner bet that I love so much as well into that 3-legger right there. So this is and it's going up as we're talking, baby. Plus 415 now for that. I wonder if I should take out the McConnell blocks and just stick with my gut. I don't know if that's the thing that ruins it. Yeah, because I already have a bet on him, man. That's the thing that so it is a lot of exposure if you take it with the TJ. I'm gonna put both in there. So I'm doing this with Miles Turner, 15 plus points for TJ, under 7.5 assists for TJ, and then the under 1.5 blocks. That gets you plus 415 on DK. So let me do that one for 0.2 units, and without it, let me get this to plus 3.3 rather. 0.3 U, and then I'm taking just all of that with just the TJ bet. So TJ over the 15 plus, and then TJ under the 7 assists, and that gets you. If I take Miles out of here, that gets you plus 194, and I'm still good with that. So plus 194 on DK. I got a couple of little sprinkles there. We got 0.3 on one of them. We'll do 0.5 U on the TJ one alone. That's scrolling on the bottom line now. We got some units out there, y'all. So see what y'all think. We'll go from there. What's up, TP? TP got game. When are we hooping again, bro? Let me know. One time I got a block on Tim. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. If the ball was down here, it was a Miles Turner block, but he came through the lane. I slapped at that bitch. Got it. It was the highlight of my life was blocking Tim. He still had the ball down here. All right, let me keep it moving though. That's my guy, man. NBA 2K, big shout out. All right, we're closing it down with Papa Al, and I think Tops was coming in with one more, right? Top Dunk. He's crying. He's like, if this dude ever blocked me, I will forever quit basketball. There's no way I got blocked by that dude. But we had some good runs. Let me look at Papa Al for 1 minute. Also, great better. We gotta have to get TP on here. Let me know what you think about Papa Al, bro. Let me if you had any bets on him too. Yeah, Mozzie, we're all over that stuff, man. Whatever you want to bet for Andrew. Now that we are pretty confident that we're not going to see any Tyrese in this game, let me know because just go for it. Like I took the points. I think alt points is still good. The thing that scares me about assists for our boy is they went up to 6.5. I know it's not that scary considering what he did last game, but we also are in a place of like, nice. Okay, I got you, TP. But we're also in a place of like he needs other dudes to hit shots. I don't know if I feel like that or not. But also, yeah, TP, they were talking shit and asking me if I could hoop earlier, and nobody thinks I could jump or anything. And there's some just racism rampant in the chat because I can't hoop because I'm pasty. But nah, yeah. Al over 11 points. Like, let's keep going to it, right? And like I think the 2.5 threes are a good look as well for Papa Al because bro's taking like 70% of his shots from deep, right? So what's good, Free Sauce? Good to have you in here, brother. You like D White over on the 4.5 assists? Yeah, I like the assists for sure. See, you a shooter. You see what I'm saying? You a shooter. And you're not wrong. But you know, I could dribble too. Yeah, we had some good hoop sessions for sure, bro. Yeah, Al on the PRA. I'm good with that, Mozzie. I like Al for the points, but I think they're gonna be like playing most of their starters more minutes today. I think they're like, yo, let's step on their neck. Let's stop dealing with this Pacers squad that's just annoying at this point. Let's get out of here. So you see the bench minutes projections from RotoWire, right? Peyton push a P right here at 18. That's the most you're going to see from a bench player. Sam Hauser doesn't belong in this series. Can't make a shot. And like, look, I have more use than Sam Hauser when I'm on the floor if I'm not making shots, right? Like at least I can do other stuff. Sam Hauser brings nothing to the table if he's not making shots. And like, I'll still bother you and probably foul you and whatever. But anyway, all right, let's keep it. Let's finish it with Papa Al though. Like that's where I'm at with Al. So TP likes the over on the points. For me, for Al, I like the I'd like the threes a lot. Which we're saying the same thing, man. If he hits 3 threes, he should be good for the 12 points. And it makes sense. They got it at 11.5. If he gets 12, he's got to get, it's 4 threes basically. But for Al, what was his other shots that he took outside of threes last game? For Papa Al, he took 2 shots that weren't from deep, right? So that's why I'm like, yo, can you still get plus money for his threes? Do we just think he's not gonna be able to shoot because he had a good game last game? Like he didn't play that many minutes, did he? What did he play last game? 35 ain't 40. It's still a good amount of minutes. So if Luke Cornett is available, I guess my fear with Al and why I might not be betting on him is because they're down to give up a few more minutes if they have an actual backup center. You could tell they didn't really want to get him. You could get 10.5 too, by the way. So if you like TP's the points for Papa Al, you could just get 10.5 and you're good to go with that as well. And you get a little discount right there. I like that too. Minus 118. I like that. You like that? Yeah, I think Papa Al, like I'm on the overs, yo. I'm not really fading that man anymore. My Super Bowl was last game where he went under and I finally got that under. What was you were talking about though? And we still didn't look at Obi, bro. My bad. Kenobi says every time that Hauser puts up a shot, he's like, I just want to throw this man out the window. Which is hilarious. Yeah, and I like, is it 7.5 boards now for JB Braylon? Like, yeah, yes, absolutely. I like that. I got JB in the leans right here for under, where's my leans at? My bad. For JB, I got the lean at under 9.5 RA. So if that bitch is going up, and I'll put the leans in here for Al. I don't know if I'm gonna get a bet on Al in this game. Because it's just 3-point shooting variance, and I don't want to have to deal with that. But if he's going to take 12 of them things, and we got his threes at plus 134, plus 142, that's crazy, dude. The books are giving us crazy odds for him to go over. I think it's because in part, like, they just want this thing to go up, but they just want people to keep hitting it, and they don't think he's going to get it, man. Minus 170 for him to go under 2.5. So either people have been betting that down. That's wild. Yeah, there's too much sketchiness right there for me with Papa Al on the threes. Honestly, that's hella sketchy. So, but I was gonna look at Obi, and I'm gonna tell y'all the same thing that I always do when I talk about Obi, which is like the volume ain't there, man. Like the volume just ain't there. I don't know what to do because he just keeps getting his, but he's still only averaging. Well, he's at 8 field goals. He's got to make 5 of them. I'd like 9.5. Once you get under 10, I'm in a much better spot with Obi. 8.5 would be ideal, obviously. But once you get to 9.5, after one bad game, or we're just going to say that the man, he hasn't had 2 bad games in a row except for the very beginning of the playoffs. Since then, he's just been on one. There is something to him being a little bit more open without Hallie. He didn't take very many shots last game. Let me close it out here with him. For Obi-Wan Kenobi. 4 points, 3 dimes. He took 6 shots last game, so that's lower than his average for the playoffs, right? Let me pull up Obi-Wan. Where you at, Obi? Where? Oh, I'm in the wrong game. My bad. All right, pulling up Obi right here. We're at 9.5. You get some pretty good juice for that, and the shot attempts is what I wanted to see. 8 a game, right? Now he took 6 in each of the last 2. So there might be something to them actually trying to shut down Obi a little bit more. Let me see who was guarding him last game when he was in. Matchups, offensive player, Obi, Tatum. That's not a good matchup. That's not a good matchup at all. So I think I'm probably going to pass on Obi again, y'all. I'm going to be honest. Let me see what the rebound chances were last game. I think he had a good amount. I know the homie Bobby Prop Holiday is on over rebounds for Obi-Wan. He was at 9 rebound chances last game, and I believe he's still at 4 boards. Or his rebound chances earlier. Hold up. Rebound chances down here. 7.1 per game. In this series, they're at 7, 8-ish. So 8 to get 4. Is it? It's not 4.5, right? What's his rebounds at? Stand by. It is 4.5 now. I don't think. Okay, there's some 3.5s hanging at minus 140. It's a lean for me at best, to be honest with you, for the boards for Obi. I know he's a leaper, and leaper is going to leap, but like, yeah, I'm gonna pass on Obi stuff for today, y'all. Unfortunately, as much as I like betting on that, but let me see real quick. See if y'all missing anything from y'all. Obi, the B is for bum. Damn. You got to be the only person that doesn't love Obi Toppin, yo. But that is funny. I'll give you that. Pacers win. Celtics want to celebrate going. It's also just human nature, right, Bobby B? Like, if anything, like, I don't know, if they come out and they don't got to try that hard. She ain't wrong. Damn, we got some Obi hate in the chat. That's crazy. I'm not even gonna defend him. Like, I do love Obi. I'm not one of those Knicks fans though that was mad that he ain't on the team anymore. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, whatever. It's a pretty good look on the under rebounds for Papa Al, Richard. I dig that. Make sure I answered Todd Dunks. Oh, you like the Horford 3? Yeah, we're talking about Horford. I'm fine with the Horford 3s. I think that's the way you play it. Just take it, yo. Just take the 3s for him is where I'm at. I'm still with that for sure. He is. No, you're right. You're right. It sounds like you got burned recently by Obi, Sarita. So that's where you're at. And like your feelings are valid. Like, that shit's annoying. Like, let me validate them for you right now. I feel you on that. And he went bananas last closeout. It's a good call. It's a good look that in the closeout of this that Cavs series, Dude had like 50 PRA or some shit. Oh yeah. You said under PRA 25.5. Only hit it once on the road in the playoffs. So you like your chance with D White on the PRA. Let me get out of here on that because I do got to go. 4:05. The wife's gonna get mad in a minute. Hopefully she can't hear me. She's upstairs. Obi top. No, I'm not on Obi. I'm looking at Derek White for a second. So we're on the PRA for D White. I know a good amount of people that are on his over too, by the way. So it doesn't mean anything, but they're smart people. Averaging 26.5. But you were talking about these splits, right, Jermaine? So outside of that game where he left his own body and transcended to the heavens to score 38 points on 8 threes, he went under this bitch every time away. What about at home? Pretty stark, yo. Pretty stark difference. 75% at home. It's a small sample size. 8 games at home and 5 games on the road is a small sample size. So just be a little bit careful. Just straight up going like this. These splits tell me all I need to know. I think that is a good look in general. I mean, it worked for Cat up until last night when Cat decided that he still wasn't going to be good on the road or wherever he's at. Bum ass Cat. Oh my God, Cat. Oh my God. Bruh, that dude's annoying. But for D White, was that let me look at the regular season though. Let's see if there was some home road splits. Let's just do this on StatMuse for 1 sec, Jermaine. Let me just do it there. Derek White at home and on the road this season. 37 minutes per game. So on the road, yeah, the RA is basically the same. There wasn't much of a difference over a large sample size, you know. Now, playoffs are not the regular season, so I get that. You can't just use this and go with it. Kevin will tell you that. That's gonna be my inside joke forever with Kevin, because this is at 9.3 and this is at 9.5, so not much of a difference in the regular season. And I see what you mean. I mean, playoffs is a different beast, so like I get it. You know, I'm not gonna trash you for that at all, Jermaine. Like that is a legitimate like difference. I see it. Appreciate you, Charlie, for sure, bro. Good luck tonight, man. Yeah, he hooked last game, Morgan. You're right about that. For D White. Yeah, I'm gonna stay away, bro, because I was actually leaning over for D White, but I was going with the PA again, to be honest. And honestly, like it's just the points that I like. And I know Free Sauce is on the assists for our guy, and I always trust Free Sauce. I want to take Free Sauce's looks into consideration for sure. And I still think, I mean, plus 114 ain't bad. Going over, this rebounds, excuse me, 5.5 now. So you might be able to get some 4.5s, but all right, I'm not going to put anything else in. I got my bets in, y'all. So I'm going to put the bets up in Discord here right now. So if you're not in there, link in the description of the video, you can jump in there and get that. And I would recommend it because I love what we got going on in there. So if you want that, you can grab it. And then the video that I'm about to have on YouTube is going to be pinned. I have a pinned comment with all the bets that I'm playing as well. So you can see what I got. They've all been scrolling on the bottom line. So hopefully you caught what you needed while you were here. I'm going to be back tomorrow as well, by the way. Let me make sure I got the right bitch up in her. We're going to have to see if there's one more game left in that other bum ass series. That just looks like it's not going anywhere. 5:30 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. We got Mini at Dallas. So I'm gonna go back to that game 4. That's gonna be tomorrow right here. So hopefully I get y'all in there tomorrow because we have a good time getting some winning bets. We found some really good units yesterday in the live stream. I'm hella happy that we got the Kyrie stuff. We'll see. I got some SGPs in here right now that I'm gonna go place and all that. So best of luck tonight for y'all. I will be back tomorrow. I'm gonna have that video tonight as well. So until I see you next for game 4, Minnesota Dallas, happy betting.